got the love, she coming through tonight. I try to fuck no move to fight. Just put our differences to the side. Let's go. You need a nigga like me, don't highlight. I got the love, she coming through tonight. I try to fuck no move to fight. Put our differences to the side. To the side. I risked you up, don't you lie. I'm not a hustler, I'm out the way. I'm out the way. No bitch, but don't even.
Hey y'all, good evening and happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. We're here to go over Basketball Wives Orlando, season 1, episode 11. We have James from the Watch Your Mouth Review channel who is here. Link in the description for those interested in following his channel. He would love to follow.
Absolutely. Thank you. And please do. You're always welcome to the Watch Your Mouth Review crew. So, and she calls this Basketball Wives Orlando. I call it Bad Girls Club Orlando.
So, I mean, essentially, that's what it feels like, on a serious note.
Absolutely.
So, and the reason he says that, too, is because Megan was on the Bad Girls Club. She's one of the more memorable. Oh my God, my soul. It's my phone. She was one of the more memorable people on the Bad Girls Club. The girl can fight, but the messiness is why it's hard for people to really like Megan J.
Yes.
So jumping right into it, Megan J has a meeting, and she has a meeting that basically she finds out she's going to have a business trip. And it's a content creation trip, which people will invite you places, ask you to wear things, and they will, either pay you or give you something for free. I'm doing that. Indoor Parade. Go ahead and check it out. I forgot to mention it in the last video. Indoorparade.com. You can get t-shirts, hoodies, all types of stuff. There's something for everybody. But moving it along, that's something that Megan is doing basically for a hotel. They want to invite her there. They want her to invite some of the people that she knows who are well known to this hotel and basically post about it so they can drive some business into their company. And business owners, small business owners, online business owners, whoever and whatever you are, do not be afraid to reach out to creators or, people in your local area to ask them like, hey, if I give you this, will you say this or post a picture in it? Totally open to it. I know I'm open to it. I'm wearing a shirt from a business now. I'm sure James is with Watch Your Mouth Reviews. Like, people do these things. So it's a good way to build revenue. But Megan having a cast trip is, I wish they didn't introduce her as matriarch because she's not that at all. And she will never be. I'm sorry. She just won't. Nope. But she says she invites everyone except for Ashley, which is weird because Megan is the one that started with Ashley at Ashley's event. So I'm like, not only are you mean, but you're also not accountable. And the Krishan Rock page don't work on you, Megan. I'm just saying. Moving it along. We did see Danielle having what she calls a grown and sexy dinner, which is for all the women in the group. And Morgan sends flowers. So last we saw, they was into it, but I guess they are no longer into it. I wish they would have shown, like, if they've interacted or spoken like prior to her just receiving flowers at a dinner.
Unless that little brawl they had was some fuck shit.
It had to be.
Like, that's it, because when I looked at that too, and I was like, okay, I thought I missed, because remember I told you I missed the last part of the last episode, so maybe I missed the reconciliation between.
You didn't miss nothing. You missed nothing.
Okay. Well, I didn't miss nothing. Okay, I didn't miss anything. Okay, y'all, she said I didn't miss anything. So.
It's listen.
Hey.
I mean, I didn't understand why the editors did this. They did this with Clayana on Basketball Wives LA. She just kind of popped up on the scene at an event. They never really officially gave her a good introduction, and they've done the same with this. So I don't know what's going on with VH1. I think it has something to do with Shawnee, and I want her far away from this process if these shows continue. But we see everyone cheers to Megan's social media event while they are at Danielle's grown and sexy dinner. And Ashley's like, what social media event? What event? And basically Megan says that she has no beef with Ashley, but will come for those who come for her. And she basically does this to make the point of like why she behaved like she did at Ashley's event. But then she also apologizes because I think she realized saying that out loud, like I sound stupid. She didn't come for me. Just like freaking, what is her name? Why am I forgetting that girl's name? Nikki. Just like she was upset because her ex was there. All the ladies equally spoke about that. All the ladies were mad. Ashley was a little more vocal, but what you did was messy. So that,
And that's why I can't fully get with Ashley. It's like you know what you're doing, but then you want to kind of throw curveballs and delusions. And I think that that's where I have a problem with her. It's all like the Morgan situation was one thing, but then the Nikki situation, the fact that you keep inviting ladies to be around these men as if you're a madam and you trying to get them all tricked out and kept is really weird. It's strange because, like, and I know I'm not the only person that feels that way. I know that it feels like she's basically playing, Madame de Jesus and wants to put these women up these players. That's what it comes across as.
Ashley, what has she done on camera to show that though?
I'm just saying, like, based on how these women come at her and always bring up situations with the men, and then Ashley admitting it to doing it with Morgan's husband, it's coming across that way to me. It just seems like that's what they're really angry at, but they can't showcase it on TV because
Listen,
she's not doing it
I
publicly.
want to get mad at Ashley because of whatever she has going on or whatever agreements she has going on with her family. I don't really care for her either. But what does that say about y'all that y'all keep getting with men that can easily be pulled away or easily be entertained or easily be in this situation?
And exactly, and that was I was going to say that next, and I say, and once again, you just said what I was about to say. That says a lot about y'all. That y'all want these these old bird ass men, and that are whack, obviously, that go from this woman to your girlfriend over there that you ain't associating with, but it's so weird. This casting.
At the end of the day, this woman, in my opinion, is essentially, for the most part, most of them a big ass group of gold diggers to some extent. None of them have or had anything going on prior to being with these accolades. The only one who I'll say I'm like, okay, Ashley's actually married. Morgan, though she's not married anymore, was with him for over 13 years or something like that. So I'll give her.
And I think her name is Lindsay, right? She's married.
Lindsay, she is married.
Yes, okay.
So with the exception of them, the rest of them got with,
unknown people who
unknown
people who live 3 doors down from their baby mamas and stuff, but that's neither here nor there.
Craziness. But Morgan, or not Morgan, there's too many M's in the show,
right?
Morgan, Megan, I'm like, anyhow, basically at the table after Megan talks to Ashley, and Ashley doesn't give Megan too much, which I was glad for, because Megan be looking for a moment and it's just messy and it's like, grow up, you're not on the Bad Girls Club. This was the issue when Megan was on Basketball Wives LA. She does too much and then she plays victim, in my opinion. But she then basically airs out every person at the table about how Ashley has been or the things that they feel about Ashley, and Ashley does apologize to people. And then after that apology, Danielle confronts Ashley about Mackenzie, which this is why we don't like you, Danielle, and you have to have that disclaimer posted and pinned to your Instagram profile because you don't want people to judge you. Why are you coming at Ashley for something that she did not do and has nothing to do? I don't care if you want her to relay the message. Woman up and relay your own fucking message. Why are you expecting and putting Ashley in more drama when y'all don't like her? I just didn't understand that. But she's coming and confronting Ashley about Mackenzie because Danielle believes that information that has only been shared in this group of women, only with this group of women, has come out. And that information has come out in the legal documents that Rashad filed against Danielle for her kids and for harassment. And so why would you allow information that's important or sensitive to come out in this group? Is one, on the end of Danielle. I'm like, that's your fault. That's stupid. 2, especially knowing that a woman in the group is with your ex. Why would you even allow anything that you wouldn't want to get back to him to be out? That's stupid to me. And then secondly, if Mackenzie is running and telling him something, that still has nothing to do with Ashley. So I didn't understand that scene at all. How did you feel about it, James?
So I'm gonna say this because I felt like I understood what she was saying. However, because they don't show that context of whatever it was that was said, it's kind of hard to really place. blame on Ashley. And I think that that's why that was so hard to really follow her on this, because it was like, yeah, you mad at Ashley on behalf of Mackenzie because something got back to Rashad. But if you're not going to say what it is for legal reasons, you can't, then it's hard for us to really pinpoint Ashley being at fault here.
It's
The only
like
thing, as I say,
beef with Ashley.
yeah, it's
I
like,
think you did this, but I have no proof. Until you
but I have no proof. Yeah.
shut up about it.
And once again, as I said, Ashley gives me the river. I feel like Ashley plays madam. That's why I said this is, and that's where my point was going. I feel like she really does do this, and I feel like because she has this reputation amongst these women, anything that gets back to the man, they're going to pinpoint Ashley because she probably was the connector. I'm not saying she connected Rashad to Mackenzie. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is like, I feel that things like that is why they pick on Ashley. Like, she probably spreads information about something being wrong with this girl. That's why you shouldn't be with her. You should be with my other homegirl, this girl. And I feel like that's really what this is. Because there's nothing else that would make sense to me of what else this could be. Like,
I believe
why?
when there's smoke, there's fire. And the smoke is the situation of Ashley being a madam and doing all this crazy stuff in her house. And I believe that some of it is true. However, I don't believe it has anything to do with Mackenzie and Danielle's situation. So,
like I said, unless Ashley was the plug for Mackenzie to give her Rashad, that's the only thing I'm gonna say. Which I don't believe they knew each other back then. But I feel like that would be the only thing that would make sense to me about this situation is if she was the connector. That if she because if that does come out that she was the connector for Mackenzie to give her Rashad, then that's what would make sense to me of why Danielle and all them believe that Ashley did this.
But we know that the issues with Ashley and stuff, Rashad and Mackenzie have been together prior to this show filming, like for months, according to Danielle.
Yeah, but because mind you, they filmed last year too, before the show got picked up.
No, but I'm talking about in the time of filming from where they filmed, Danielle and Mackenzie both said that Rashad was talking to Mackenzie before they started filming at the time that we see them on the screen. So I don't think Ashley had anything to do with that. I think that people are just taking what they see a little bit on TV because a lot of people feel that way and just putting a fully negative. Now, I do think she's got some nasty shit going on in her household. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I know, I agree. But that's why I'm saying that's the only thing that would make sense to me because it doesn't make sense for her to blame her unless she felt that the stuff that it was also.
Oh no, Danielle has not blamed Ashley for anything though. She just said, I want you to tell this to Mackenzie because that's your friend and so on and so forth. And I'm like, well, why does she need to get in your drama?
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, like, unless there's something we're missing here, which obviously we are. That's why I'm saying, like, and that's why I said that because it seems like there's an underlying issue upon that has to do with Ashley. And that's why I connected the two because I feel like, well, unless you felt like Ashley is playing Cupid over here and parlaying messages, that's the only thing that would make sense to me because it doesn't make sense. You can go straight to Mackenzie and confront her about this because you all have access to each other on this show. That's why I'm saying it does not make sense.
I don't know if that's the thing. Danielle fucked up with how she acted. She act like a bitter baby mama. You harassed this girl. You talked about her in every scene, and now you've been filed paperwork for that. You can't be mad at that. You called this girl a hoe.
That's what I'm saying.
You called her a homewrecker. No, she may be because Mackenzie does give homewrecker vibes. I'm sorry, she does. But you can't drag.
Have legal binding paperwork with a man. That is not home wrecking. If you do not have legal binding paperwork, whether if it's domestic partnership or marriage, that is not home wrecking. That's your fault. At the end of the day.
But that's true though. That's a lesson in itself.
Yeah, that's your fault. Because here's the thing: why would you even want to be with somebody that is capable of leaving you for somebody else?
That's right.
Why would you even want to be with somebody like that? So that's why I'm saying her with this whole legal action thing. She's given me every reason of why I feel that man should have legal paperwork on you to some extent.
Yeah, Danielle this is the one time where I've seen someone do something and I'm like, it absolutely makes sense. You have done nothing really but trash his name, his reputation, and he's an active player in the league. You've done nothing but trash this man. I wouldn't be surprised if the league told him you need to do something to handle this before we come for you.
Absolutely.
Because
Because
they know
yeah,
it's gonna
that
be aired. They know who Shawnee O'Neal is. They know people know who Megan J is. You're in a cast full of messy people. So I'm just these women. Anywho, the ladies meet for the content trip finally, her mess of a dinner. We have to expect that a dinner with Danielle can only go so well. They meet for the content trip, and the most childish thing that could happen on any reality television show happens. They separate buses based on their individual alliances, who they're cool with, and all of that. And then when they're each on their buses, we're the fun bus, we're twerking, we're turning up. And then the other ladies on the bus act miserable and just talk about how everybody else on the other bus is miserable. And Neek is just sitting there looking like, this is stupid. Who cares? So I didn't like the bus scenes. I didn't want to spend too much time on them. Is there anything you wanted to say about it? Yeah, I'm just like, this is childish. So they go to dinner while on this content trip, and everybody, I can't even say it was a dinner. It was a let's squash our issues. And you know that that's never going to go well. So while they're trying to squash their fucking issues, Mulan's name comes up. And Mulan asks why her name comes up. She ends up arguing with Danielle because they've obviously had a beef. They're saying, oh no, you punched Morgan. That's why I came in and hit you. All this stuff. The worst thing you can do is apologize. And then after you've apologized, explain your actions as if you're validated and rooted in it when you're supposed to be sorry for it, Danielle. But that's okay. Hopefully she's learning. But she's arguing with Mulan. And basically it comes out that Mulan says that Danielle said to her that Morgan is not a good friend, which Danielle also said in her confessional to the camera. This is not being a good friend, just a couple episodes ago. And she also said that Morgan gets an attitude when boys don't like her, like if they're interested in other, somebody else in the group. This is a thing amongst females. I've had plenty of friends who've been like this. It is a common thing, unfortunately. And she also said that Morgan is selfish. This is what Mulan says Danielle said, which I believed her because they were close. And Mulan, they said, tells everybody's business, but they did not say she lies because no one has said that the business that she's told has been a lie. Their issue in plight with her has been that she's telling their business. So Morgan gets upset while Danny and them are going back and forth. And, Morgan's not emotionally stable. So when she gets upset, I think it's good that she's working on just walking away because what else is going to happen? Right. But basically, Danielle is... when she's having that exchange with Mulan, when Mulan starts exposing stuff, she's like, whatever, I'm not talking to you. Whatever, I'm not talking to you, which is something people who are lying but don't want their lie to come out, they'll suddenly act like they're uninterested with you when really they're uninterested in their shit coming out. So Morgan, in the end, says she doesn't know who to believe. From that scene, not going forward, who do you believe thus far? Based on what
Neither one.
Neither one of them.
There's bullshit on each side.
Yeah. There's always that.
There's bullshit on each side, and the thing about it is unless it's filmed somewhere where one side could be proven over the other, I have to say both sides because they both sound unbelievable.
I think,
and I think that
like at the time that Morgan and Danielle fell out, this was way earlier in the season. So at that time that Danielle and Mulan fell out, she was good with Morgan. So I don't know what to believe, but I do believe that Danielle did say something about Morgan and not being a good friend. I do believe that because Danielle has said that in the confessional. I think it's probably being spun out of context.
And that's why I said I need to see the conversation. Like, that's why I said I can't believe either or side because, one, regardless if Danielle said that about Morgan or not, the only time she said it in the confessional wasn't it after that situation had happened?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, here's the thing. In the heat of the moment, I might have said some things, and I said it in a moment of how I felt looking back at it. So that's why I said I need, and this is why I say about VH1 and the editing chopping block, because we miss so many details that if we were to assess the way Morgan is assessing, I would have to believe the one I would piss off to see who reacts harder. Like, I just have to see who it is, and that's who I'm going with. Because what else can you do at this point?
Yeah.
Because
So
both of them are flawed. Yeah.
too. Her defensiveness let me know there's some truth to what Mulan is saying, because she was just overly defensive, and I'm like,
she was overly defensive, but then also it could be her current situation that's getting her to that point, because this is another situation where somebody is calling out the quality of your character. So it's, you know, it could be a
better. They do better. I say that for Morgan and Danielle. Hello, Naya.
Yes. Hey, yes.
If Morgan, people have said, multiple people, at some point, everyone on this cast has said you're not the best type friend to have. So if you keep hearing this feedback, maybe work on yourself to figure out how you can be a better friend. And then Danielle, if you're not guilty, stop acting like it. I guess
that's the thing, and that's what I'm saying.
I don't know the way Danielle has.
We don't know. You see how we talking around in circles and trying to assess outside shit to try to make this
properly
make sense.
Recap it when the fucking editors fuck up showing us stuff that is vital to understand in the episode. Like this
right, because it's always something underlying that feels like is the real problem versus what we're actually seeing. Because it does not make sense. And to me, it's given, I don't know what happened with Morgan. I don't know who caused it, but she wears it like a fucking coat. And I need her to stop. That anger and that scowling and all of this.
The kid that her mom had that she wanted to give up for adoption, and her mom loved to tell her about it. And I think that is causing her to have some anger and some behavioral issues. I really do think it's that deep, and it's probably going to take her years to even.
But here's the thing, and I say that to say, because this shows up in every single scene that she does, like this anger and this bitterness and this mean energy.
She's
always yes, and it's like there's only so much we could take of this, like, and that's why I said it to me, and that's another reason why I said I don't believe either one, because to me it doesn't make a difference. She's still going to wear this anger regardless of whoever is right or wrong in this situation. So it's pointless. Like, this whole drama is so
I need people like Morgan, though. I will say this. I know a lot of people are against it. She is a beautiful woman, but I am tired of people who hold grudges and can't get past anything on an adult manner being on the show. Just get rid of her if she's going to do this. Obviously, she has to work on herself a lot. And I don't want to deal with that. But in the next scene, we see Mulan and Neek on the beach, and Morgan basically walks up to them, and she apologizes to Mulan and has confirmed from other people that Danielle did indeed say the things that she said. So it was confirmed. So it's weird because it was confirmed with no receipts. We didn't see the fallout, but I'm going to just go off of what Morgan's saying. And it was confirmed by other people, more than one, that Danielle did see these things, which I'm not surprised. So that's where the episode ends. There wasn't like a lot happened this episode, but a lot didn't happen, if that makes sense.
It's like, no, it's like they're VH1, you're trying to spin shit to, one, confuse us, but two, trying to make something work, and it is annoying. Where is this conversation? How did she get this information? How do we go from she don't know who to believe to then coming up to Mulan and saying, like, how do we get there? Because it didn't make sense to me. I thought I missed something.
Tell us like after Christmas. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I don't know what they're gonna do. Is it gonna come up you know what, VH1? If this show has a reunion, y'all need to piece together every element that is missing in this. Every element. Because what I am tired of looking at when I watch this show is me questioning even doing this recap is hard because both of us are trying to assess what's going on here based on the assumptions from other stories that have been told about these individuals.
Yeah, that's
because we can't piece together the drama.
And I need Megan not to throw any more cast trips.
Oh yeah, please don't. Please
I'm
don't do
sick
this
of
again,
it. I'm
man.
glad it's nice they all get paid, though. It's nice they all get paid. But that is my recap, shortest BB Wives recap I've had yet. But a lot can happen in an episode. A lot cannot happen. But there's only so much we can say. And without knowing or seeing any of, I mean, we didn't get one hole within this issue filled. But I have a feeling the way VH1's fucked up editors are doing that they're going to probably try to show all of that later. I know that Christmas is happening. The next live recap of my channel will be for Love After Lockup. That will be happening the day before Christmas Eve. I will get back to my recaps Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all of those things. We will not have Basketball Wives next week, obviously, because it airs on Mondays and Christmas is on a Monday. But we'll be back after that. If you want to watch me comment on something, tune into the Bell Collective recap on James's channel. We'll be live there on Tuesday. But I hope everybody who watches my TV recaps remembers
don't forget about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills tomorrow, you guys.
Oh, yeah. Well, I set my lives ahead of time, so it's upcoming. Okay. I said that because my schedule is ridiculous. But we wish you a happy holidays. Merry Christmas. We will do our best to continue getting recaps to you. I know New Year's will come. But we appreciate you for supporting us. Subscribe to both channels. Thank you for being here again, Miss Nia Green. I have a music reaction to do, and I hope that you all have the best night.
Thank you, guys. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having
Happy
me.
holidays.
You too.